What's up, people? So it's been a minute since my last video. I am just here to give you guys an update on my channel and on my IG page and give you a little inspiration also. So first with the update. So what I'm going to be doing is, for those of you who know and those who don't know, I am in medical school and I'm currently doing my clinical rotations. So just to keep you up to speed on what's going on, at the end of each week, I'm going to highlight some of the things that I've learned or some of the things that I've done in that week of whatever rotation I'm in. Like right now I'm in internal medicine and I was a little behind, so I dropped highlights from week 2 and week 3. But this will be something that I do on a weekly basis just to kind of give you an insight of what's going on. Secondly, on my YouTube channel, Dream with Shan, I am currently going to be doing a pre-med series, which is going to consist of about maybe 6 or 7 different videos on what it's like to apply to medical school, the application process, and even some things that really aren't necessarily geared towards pre-med, but just anyone who's in an academic program, just to give you some tips and tricks to kind of get you along the way. So remember to go subscribe to the YouTube channel and also make sure that you are my friend here on IG so you can be up to date on everything that I post. And now here to the inspiration that I have for you. So I don't know if you heard of imposter syndrome, but if you haven't, imposter syndrome is like when you feel like you don't belong in a certain situation even though you are well qualified. So sometimes I get a little imposter syndrome in medical school and just in the clinical environment in general. And sometimes it could be because of my skin color, because I'm a female, because of my background, because I'm non-traditional. So many things can end up giving me imposter syndrome. I'm on my internal medicine rotation, right? And going into it, I felt like I should have known a certain level of information or knowledge that sometimes I don't know, to be honest with you. Sometimes I slip up. Sometimes when I get pimped on questions, I'm like, ooh, I don't know that. And it makes me feel inadequate sometimes because I'm like, I should know these things or I should know this question. But at the end of the day, I have to realize that every rotation is different and you're always going to be thrown information that you aren't familiar with. But as long as you're learning and you're making sure that you go home and you read your notes and you study up on your patient, then you're good the next day. So I will say this, most of the time on my channel, I feel like I share a lot of the obstacles and the struggles that I face, and I don't always share the good things that happen to me, and that's not for any particular reason. And I share a lot of the struggles that I have and the obstacles that I have because I want people to know that everybody struggles. We all struggle. Some of the best of us struggle. It's the fact that some people happen to struggle more than others, and I really feel like we need to start normalizing the fact that struggling is real, obstacles are real. You're gonna have those and it's okay. And the more that we get used to being open and honest about the struggles that we face and the things that we go through, the more we can help each other, because 9 times out of 10, something that you're going through, you're not the only person that's going through it. Somebody else is going through it as well. And by you sharing how you overcame that obstacle or things that you were able to take from it, you are helping somebody else. So open your mouth and share your journey, share things that happen to you. But with that being said, I'm going to share with you something good that happened to me. So in medical school, they have us doing these different type of checkpoints to make sure that we're basically where we need to be in order to be a physician. So right now, my internal medicine rotation, they want to make sure I'm getting all the information I need, doing a full and thorough history and physical, and they grade us on that. Most of the time, they don't go into the patient rooms with us. They let us do it independently. But every now and then, they say, hey, I want to go into a patient room with you and see what you do. I want to see how you act like a doctor in that capacity. And I'm going to grade you on it. So randomly this week, I end up having to get graded on my ability to be a doctor by the attending that I had been working with for about a week or so. So we went to the room. We saw a patient. Right off the bat, me and this patient kind of try to build a rapport, And so I'm going through the whole, whole history and physical. We're talking. I'm getting all the information about why she's there, this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking I did okay. I'm like, I did okay. I was like, I know that I may have missed 1 or 2 things, but I was like, this is enough to give me the pass. And the pass is a 70. I was like, this is enough to give me the pass. So at the end of the session, you have to give an oral report of that patient after you've actually done your history and physical and all that good stuff. And so I'm giving my oral report. And after that, my attending, he's like, okay, good. He gives me my feedback. He's like, you did really good. You did this, that, another. And he has a sheet, a rubric, in which he, checked off everything that I did. He gave me feedback, all this kind of stuff. So I didn't really look at it because I knew I passed, because I knew what I had done and what I didn't do. And I was like, okay, cool. So when I get home, guess what I got on that history physical thingy majiggy, guess what? 99, baby. 99. I forgot to do one thing, but my feedback was good. I got a 99, and I had to give myself a pat on the back, because I'm like, girl, why you sometimes have this imposter syndrome? You're out here doing your thing. You are out here, treating these patients, extrapolating all this information. You doing it. Yes, extrapolating all this information. And I had to feel good about myself, and I had to give myself a pat on the back. So you guys, it's okay to beep your own horn, boost yourself up, say kudos to me for doing a great job, because a lot of times we really harp on our obstacles and our struggles, but we're out here winning too. So to all the people, celebrate yourself this week. Even if it's one small thing, celebrate it and share it with somebody, because it may help them, and even share your obstacles too. So don't be afraid. Don't ever be afraid to just be your vulnerable self. Be true and congruent to who you are. All right, so that's my spiel for today. Remember, go subscribe to the YouTube channel Dream with Shan. Also, remember to become my friend on IG if you're not already, so that you can be up to date on everything that I have going on. You can get all my highlights and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video.